Hello, here is part 3. Just wanted to give you more information about the text itself. As we made mention that it has the authorized version as the main text. Cambridge edition, if you want to compare it to the Cambridge edition, because this is an Oxford edition, I will do a review on the Cambridge two-version edition. They put the variants within the text with the upper part of the text known as the superscript. They put the revised version, and on the lower part where it splits, like it branches off, when there's a variant, then they keep the KJV readings. But in this edition, it is King James Version, and then use with the references in the middle, you have your small letters and numbers, and then here over to the side, we see here the different variants listed here. I purposely went over to Psalms 23 just to give you more of a introduction and a look at the different variants within the text here. Kind of can see how that looks here. And the Cambridge one is a little bit bigger. They have a leather edition, which I believe is in calfskin, maybe goatskin. And then they have a hardback edition, which is out of print, which I can do a review of those later. Here of the New Testament, just want to give you more as we can look through here, the Gospel of John, chapter 3. Just want to clarify a little bit of the history. 1885 is when the English Revised Version, commonly known as the RV or the Revised Version, was done. And that was for the British Committee. The American Committee, they had an agreement not to publish theirs until 10 or maybe 20 years later. And after the agreement, then they can publish theirs, which was in 1901. So that would be a 20-year agreement. And the differences are very small. Maybe the way the syntax order of the way the verse is read would be a little bit different between the RV and the American Standard Version, the ASV. And in the ASV, one big noticeable difference is traditionally when God's holy name is used where it's all in caps, capital L-O-R-D, all caps, or capital G, capital O, capital D. That's how traditionally it was used in reference to respecting the Masoretes, because that's how they wanted it to be translated. And the American Committee looked at it, from what I've read, as a superstition. So then they used, with the valve points, the name Jehovah. So that's why in the American Standard Version you see more often Jehovah being used much more when referring to the tetragram. And in the RV, you see it used much less. That's the main big difference. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same base text as the first base text from Westcott and Hort's Alexandrian text. Okay. And just wanted to share that with you. If you have any personal questions, you can let me know, and I'll try to get back with you and get that information for you. Here, let me go through, at least in John chapter 3, you kind of can get a good idea and kind of look better at the text. I know that D.L. Moody did the funeral for Spurgeon when he died, and they really wanted to see this. And so I believe Spurgeon died maybe around 10 years before Moody did, and Moody, I know he died in 1899. So getting to see this edition wasn't a reality until after 1901. I'm not sure the exact date when they finished this. My guess would be for this particular edition, maybe 5 or so years after that time, so maybe later, beginning of the first part of the 1900s. So we see this edition being reprinted at the end of the 1900s and beginning of the 21st century, the early 2000s. And once again, made available to the public, a beautiful edition, a lot of history here with this Bible, and so wonderful made with the best quality paper, leather materials used. Thank you very much. God bless and have a wonderful day.